Okay. I think I'm working here. Oh, y'all, I've had technical difficulties all day with recording things. I think I've got it working tentatively. Regardless, we're gonna go. Ooh. And today, I'm busting out the whiteboard. So last week, Miss Saunders taught us something a little new, a little different with fractions, and I thought it'd be a good idea to do a YouTube video and post it for y'all in case, you need a refresher, or you want to hear from somebody else, or you want to pull it up while you're working on IXL and you can just have it to the side and go, wait, why didn't I get that answer right? I know IXL walks you through it, but sometimes it's easier to hear somebody say it. So I'm just going to work maybe 3 or 4 math problems real quick and see how we do on time, I guess. But like Miss Saunders said last week, the key, this way, I'm figuring it out. The key for dividing fractions is 3 words, which would be keep, change, and flip. Y'all, I can still write pretty neat being out from school. You know, when you go over the summer, you write and you're like, gosh, my handwriting's got sloppy because I haven't done anything. My handwriting's still okay, and we've been out of school for over a month now, bless it. But anyways, let's get back to that keep, change, flip. I need to scoot over. Oh, good grief. There we go. Keep, change, flip. Look, working in a camera is difficult, y'all, to get the mirror image right. Anyway, our fraction we're going to divide first is going to be an easy one, fractions to fractions. We'll do 2/5 divided by 3/4. I've got them written off to the side over there. So 2/5. Hope if I put my fraction bar there. 2/5 divided by 3/4. All right, according to Miss Saunders and the world, not just her, these are the only 3 things you need to do in order to figure out your answer. So first, we keep. Don't gotta do nothing to that 2/5. It's all right just the way it is. So 2/5 stays the same. Change. I change my division sign to the opposite. Opposite of division is multiplication. So 2/5 goes to times now. And flip. We flip this fraction 3/4. Another word for flip is reciprocal. Just means the opposite. So 3/4, flip it, is 4/3, or 4/3. Now you just multiply straight across like we've been doing. 2 times 4 is 8. 5 times 3 is 15. And then when you get your answer, you got to think to yourself, can I make this any smaller? Can it be simpler? Can any number I know of divide into both of these numbers? And the answer to that is no for this problem. 8/15 is as simple as it can get. Neither of them can go into 2 or 3 or 4. I mean, sure, 1 can go into each of those, but 8 divided by 1 and 15 divided by 1, it's still going to be 8/15. So that is your answer. All right, let me erase here. My hair got caught in my glasses. Excuse the light changing. I'm recording in the evening, so the sun is setting. All right. Let's do another one. Okay, I'm going to do another fraction by fraction one real quick. 1/2 divided by, let's do 6/10. Yes, that is a 6. Okay. Keep, change, flip. Keep the half. So I'm just going to recopy it. Change the division. Opposite of division is multiplication. Flip your second fraction. Another word for flip, remember, is reciprocal. So 6/10 turns into 10/6, or 10/6. Now we just go across like we've been doing. 1 times 10 is 10. 2 times 6 is 12. Think to yourself, can this fraction get any smaller? Do I know off the top of my head a number that can go into both of these numbers? And it should be a fact you know. 10 and 2 can both be divided, or 10 and 2. 10 and 12 can both be divided by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 5, 6 is as small as we got. 5, 6 is your answer for this one. All right, leave it up here. Man, I look at it and I just want to turn it the wrong way. Anyway, leave it there so y'all can stare at it. Okay, now I'm going to erase. And I'm going to do one with one mixed number, one whole number. So we're still going to do the fraction thing, but we're going to throw in whole numbers and mixed numbers instead. So let's say we've got, I'll make some up. 1/5 divided by, let's come up with something easy. Let's do 1/5 divided by 10. Yes, that's a 0. So just because there's a whole number there doesn't mean you still can't flip it. Remember, one way to think of whole numbers when we're dealing with fractions is that there's always like an imaginary 1 underneath there, so it makes more sense. I'm not going to make that disproportionate though, because that's going to bother me. But I'm going to keep doing the keep, change, flip thing. Keep my 1/5, change division to multiplication, and flip the 10. Now, if another way to write 10 is like this, to flip that, 10 over 1, it would just be 1 over 10. Multiply across. 1 times 1 is 1. 5 times 10 is 50. So 1 over 50, that's the smallest we can get. I told you this one was going to be basic. Plus, I came up with it off the top of my head. Now, this is going to be the same thing for every time you divide fractions. But this problem, 1/5 divided by 10, which we just saw was 1/50th. I'm just going to keep the answer there. If I were to do a different problem, completely different problem, 10 divided by 1/5, I'm not going to flip my 10 this time. I only flip the second fraction, or second number, whatever is there. Whole number, mixed number, whatever. So this time, I'd keep the 10, change my division, flip my 5, in 1/5, I mean. So if you flip 1/5, it becomes 5 over 1. And we know that that 10 is a whole number. That's 10 over 1. And then we just multiply across again. Where 10 times 5 is 50, 1 times 1 is 1. 50 over 1 is the same thing as 50. You see, if I flip the wrong things, I get a completely different answer. 1/50th is a real small slice of pizza. 50 pizzas is a ton of pizza. All right. Last one. And we're going to do a mixed number this time, guys. I wish I had a real eraser in this house. Let's do... We're going to do 2 mixed numbers. Prepare yourselves. We've got 4 and a 5th divided by 2 and a half. Now, if you've forgotten how to change mixed numbers into improper fractions, click back, way back, in the BIS YouTube channel. And I did a couple quick, practice fractions, changing mixed numbers into improper fractions, and vice versa. So if you forgot, flip back there, because I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it here. Mixed numbers to improper fractions go like this. 4 times 5 is 20. 20 plus 1 is 21. Keep your denominator. I'm still going to keep my division sign because I haven't done the keep, change, flip. I am just changing these fractions right now to improper fractions. Do that first before you do the keep, change, flip, okay? 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. Your denominator stays the same, which is 2. Now we can keep, change, flip. 21 over 5 stays the same. Division changes to multiplication. And 5 over 2 becomes 2 over 5. Ta-da! But now we got to multiply this out. 21 times 2 is going to be 42, I believe. But now I'm questioning myself, so I'm going to do it off to the side. 21 times 2, yep, 42. And then your denominator is going to be 25. Now notice here, that's another improper fraction. And it's okay to use it in the problem, but you don't want to end with one. So to change an improper fraction to a mixed number, you've got to divide. Your denominator goes on the outside, becomes your divisor, and your numerator becomes your dividend. So think to yourself, how many times can 25 go into 42? Well, if I think of 25 as quarters, 2 quarters is 50 cents. And that's going to be too big. So just one time. 25 times 1 is 25. Now I subtract. Got to regroup and borrow. My 2 becomes a 12. 12 minus 5 is 7. 3 minus 2 is 1. And 25 can't go into 17, so we're done there. But this 17 becomes our new numerator, and 25 stays our denominator. So our answer, even though my 1 is sloppy, is 1 and 17 over 25. Here's a hint, there's nothing that goes into 17 other than 1 and 17, so you can't simplify that one. Okay. So I hope that's a good refresher for y'all. If you have any questions, put it in the comments below or shout out to one of us 5th grade teachers. We'd love to help you. Tomorrow, Miss Saunders is doing a lesson over converting fractions to decimals and percents, which is actually really helpful. You use that a lot in real life. Like adults use that all the time. So come to our Zoom meeting tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I'll see you there.